Has test-fired 3 short-range missiles on Thursday, according to the South Korean government. Pyongyang has earlier this year conducted a nuclear test and several missile launches. In response, the UN Security Council unanimously imposed additional sanctions on the communist country. We can cross live now to our correspondent Natalia Novigo, who is following the reaction for us outside the Russian Foreign Ministry. Hello to you now. What's been Russia's reaction to these reports coming in from South Korea, Natalia?
Well, Marina, we received several reports from South Korean Defense Ministry and several foreign media sources that indeed North Korea launched 3 missile tests today. However, Russia still hasn't confirmed that information, and according to the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, until that information is concerned, there will be no official reaction from the Russian Foreign Ministry, and until then, we're waiting here outside the Foreign Ministry for the information to be confirmed.
All right, well, North Korea, as we know, conducted a nuclear test this May and several missile launches as well. How is this affecting the world and specifically North Korea's neighbors?
Well, Marina, there's been a number of missile tests and nuclear tests in North Korea recently, and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov even traveled to the country with the intention to try and persuade North Korea to get back to the 6-party talks on the nuclear problem in the region. However, North Korea responded that if there will be any interference with the country's domestic affairs and if its ships will be checked, the country is prepared to give a military response. For now, the U.S. envoy is currently in Beijing to hold talks on the UN sanctions imposed on North Korea after its missile tests this May. And Philip Goldberg is in charge of coordinating the implementation of the sanctions, and he will be meeting today with the Chinese Foreign Ministry to discuss the problem, and perhaps if the information about today's missile tests will be confirmed, there will be another issue discussed on the agenda during the meeting between Philip Goldberg and the Chinese Foreign Ministry. Meanwhile, Russians living in the Far East on the border with North Korea are not worried about the nuclear games in the country, as Oksana Boyk has been finding out.
This place is as peaceful as you can get, where the ocean washes away worries in golden sunlight. It seems far away from the turbulence of North Korea, but it's not. The country is just a few dozen kilometers across the bay.
Of course, it's a bit worrying. We can feel the tremors here from time to time. Radio waves can get through, and the harvest gets worse each year. Maybe it's because of rains that come here from their side.
But such worries are rare, especially on a sweet summer day. While locals still remember a few years ago debris from a North Korean rocket landing not far from this beach, few are afraid this would happen again. Their concerns are of a different kind.
I heard that because of the test, the weather may get worse, so I'm a bit worried about that. I really want to get tan, so we don't need any clouds here.
While very few here believe that North Korea presents a threat to the region, some have already come up with contingency plans.
In case of radioactive contamination, you need to drink 100 grams of vodka and relax.
Such a relaxed approach seems to have rubbed off even on South Korean tourists. These newlyweds are more concerned about their family budget than North Korean nukes.
I think North Korea's threats are empty. They're trying to scare the world to get a better deal for themselves. But I don't think they would ever strike us. Actually, I don't care about tests. What I'm really concerned about is the economy.
While Pyongyang's nuclear games may be the last thing on people's minds here, they have a reason to be concerned. The North Korean border is about 50 kilometers in that direction, and according to meteorologists, it would take less than 2 hours for a nuclear cloud to reach here from the Korean peninsula. With Russia and North Korea sharing both land and sea border, Pyongyang's nuclear games may be just a bit too close for comfort. Oksana Boyk, RT, on the Russian-North Korean border.
And we just received information that North Korea could possibly launch 4 missiles, and that information is coming from France Press, and they're referencing to the South Korean authorities. However, Russian side still hasn't confirmed that information, and we're outside the Russian Foreign Ministry waiting for an official statement from the Russian authorities.
All right, Natalia, thanks very much indeed for those pieces of information that you just given us. Natalia Novikov outside Russia's foreign ministry here in Moscow.